So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits and my intuition, the tarot, to communicate energies to you guys, fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I am so glad that you guys found me, and I hope that you guys stay. For those of you guys returning, I'm so blessed to be here doing a reading, and I do hope that these readings resonate for all of you guys. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. Today's reading, I am filming on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to those of you guys who celebrate, and Happy Holidays to everyone. We're looking at what this person is too afraid to admit in regards to what they want. Okay, so this could be too afraid to admit to themselves, too afraid to admit to you. This could be your own energy, and Spirit is coming through with whatever's sitting in your subconscious in regards to what you want. Okay, so this should provide some clarity, either in a connection situation in which you're not getting any clarity, or clarity regarding whatever you are trying to decide, and you might be not sure what you want. Okay, so hopefully this resonates for you guys. There will be 3 piles to choose from, 3 decks. Option 1 is the Fable Makers Tarot. Option number 2 is the Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. And option 3 is the After Tarot. I will put a link right here to the deck reveals for all of these cards, for those of you guys interested in charging these cards for future readings, and for those of you guys who are tarot readers and would like to take a look at these cards, check out the playlist. And yeah, I'll put the timestamps all down below, and when you are ready, select from these 3 options. It will take you directly to your pick, and I will see you guys at your pick. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 1. You guys picked the Fable Makers Animated Tarot deck. Haven't used this one in a minute. So let's take a look at this energy, okay? This could very well be your own energy. It doesn't have to be. However, it pulls through here, okay? Could be a person on your mind. But what is it that this person wants but is too afraid to admit to themselves, to you, / whatever pulls through here as a message regarding what this person wants? All right, now this deck is massive because it is PVC. All right, so this might take me a little to shuffle, but I've pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them. And we're going to ask Spirit for a clear, concise message for beautiful pile number 1 regarding what this person wants, but is too afraid to admit to themselves / to pile 1. What needs to pull through here for pile 1 in regards to the energy around them, what this person wants and is too afraid to admit? For the greatest and highest good of pile 1, Spirit, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest, highest good of pile 1. Pile 1, thank you so much for being here. All right, and we will lay out these oracle cards as well, but let me move these over. All right, let's take a look, shall we? We have a Zoom meeting survivor. Interesting. So there definitely could be something significant about 2020, 2021, and 2022 regarding the COVID years, the scamdemic, when we were all on Zoom having our meetings. Okay, is that those years could be very significant here. We have joy, beautiful. Who doesn't want joy? We have dislike. All right. We have a bird, and this bird, it's this way, is in flight. Looks like it's going upwards, ascending. All right, and a shovel here, leaning up against the house. All right. We have the number 7. It says 7, House of People. I'll let you guys look at that. All right, so 7th house is the house of relationships, marriage, contracts, business partners. All right, and then we have eccentricity, number 11, and this is Saturn in Aquarius. All right, and then we have the Moon and Mars, 13. So I got some Scorpio, Cancer, and some Aries energy pulling through here. Okay. The Golden Rose. And we have number 58. And then we have Bluff with Jupiter in Gemini, number 3. All right, interesting. The bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Coins. Look how beautiful this deck is. All right, Page of Coins. Okay, let's take a look. We have 7 of Wands in the reverse. We have the Knight of Coins. Oh boy. And we have the 6 of Swords. Okay. And we have the 7 of Coins in the reverse. 2 sevens here. 77 is a master number. Trust the fall and adventure that arises from deep wisdom, trust of life, and trust of self. We have the Empress in the reverse. Taurus, a Libra energy, divine feminine energy, and we have masculine here with Mars energy. And then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okie dokie. This message is very, very clear. And then the 6 of Wands under that. Yes, very much so. Okay. Let me tap into this energy, and then we will see what this person is too afraid to admit to themselves, what it is they want. Okay, pile number 1. Remember what I said, this could definitely be your energy or someone you're dealing with here, okay? This person wants something really bad. They want to go after it. What they want is the confidence to do so. This person is their worst enemy here. And so this is about what they're not admitting to themselves. So I don't know necessarily that this person understands maybe how they might be getting in their own way of what they really truly want. Okay, so obviously this is a general rating. So what someone wants, okay, the core of what someone wants, it could be a relationship, it could be, they have their understanding of what they want in their mind. And I think there's a lot of energy around wanting to attain this thing, but they don't believe in themselves. And this person is not moving in the direction of what they want because of the stories that they're telling themselves about maybe not having it in them to do so, to go after it, or that they would appear successful. Like I mentioned in the card layout, the year 2020 to 2023 could definitely be significant, or even 2019 to 2023. Okay, this could be something that this person has been, I don't know, looking at, working on, moving towards. Okay, but moving, I don't feel this person's moving so much, because if they are moving, it's very, very, very slow. I feel like this person might have even just said, I won't even bother, you know? And it's like what they really want is to get out of that energy. They want to get out of an energy that's like just gives up, doesn't go after it, just assumes that they'd fail, assumes that they would not be received. I feel like this person doesn't hold themselves in high regard. Like there's something about needing to learn about self-love and self-worth and the confidence to use that internal confidence and love of self towards what they want. Because whatever this person wants does seem to make them very happy, could make them very happy, but they're not enjoying the happiness here, because it feels to me like this person thinks that they would either like fail at it, or there's also something here about the energy and the effort required to make it sustainable or joyful for this person would require something they don't have, according to them, that they think this way. It's like my energy or my output or my energy just, I don't know how they see themselves, but it's like it won't help this thing. And I feel like this person doesn't like that they're not capable, whatever that means in their mind. I don't know what they're like comparing themselves to. I'm seeing the card and the, I forget what deck it is, but it's the comparison card. I think it's the Osho Tarot. Is it the Osho Tarot? I think so. And it's a comparison. It's like this person might be like looking at other, okay, maybe they're looking at you like they're not at that level, or like the field that they want to go in and they're not at that level, or like the understanding or the knowledge or the wisdom or the higher self that they have to be. It's like, but they don't like this. It's not like they enjoy that they're not there, but they're creating this story or this understanding in their mind that's like, I'm not at that level. I can't rise above my current state. And it's also like something about appearance, like how I'll look. So this person might have a very difficult time with like communicating, expressing their truth, being seen fully. So this person might have a difficult time being vulnerable, for sure. They might hide away. They might want to, like, they don't want, but they hide themselves, or like this is like a symptom of their lack of self-love. It's like, I'll hide myself from being seen and from the opportunity that in which I want. And then I feel like this person might be like doing something here with this bluff card that's like, I don't know necessarily if it's like a gaslight so much as it is like, there's definitely like a sabotage energy, but I think that they work with that sabotage energy or the weakness, the perceived weakness, and tell themselves that this is like their strength. They're like, why they're doing it this way. And then they try to buy the story they're telling themselves. So this could definitely be somebody who's saying, well, I didn't want that anyway, you know, like to go after this thing. Well, for a lot of you guys, like this is like agreeing to something and like sticking to it, but something that would require effort, energy, and commitment. So I don't know, like this would require this person to like communicate themselves, but I don't feel this person is comfortable communicating themselves. And if you know who this person like is, because this isn't your energy, it's like you might have experienced a lot of like struggles with this person, because it seems very difficult to get this person to just like open up or their true self be seen, even though maybe like, again, if you're not this person, it's like you already sort of understand that this person could have a high potential or something within this person's ability to be more than how they're showing up. So there's a distortion here about how to take action and commit to something and make movement. So what are they too afraid to admit? That they want something, that they could move towards something, but that they're telling themselves that they're not good enough, or they're not ready, or they don't have the energy, or they couldn't do it, and that they would fail, or that being seen would be devastating to this person, because then it wouldn't work out in their favor, and that it requires a version of this person that again, they don't think that they can be. And this part they don't like they don't like that they're not that person. And I don't know that they're telling themselves that they don't like that person so much as this is who I am. And and then they're buying it. Yeah, that's totally it. So hopefully I'm wish I could send this energy to you. On the other side, the lie here, or what they're not admitting, is how much they actually don't like the fact that they're not the person that they think that they need to be in order to go after and move or commit or negotiate some sort of agreement here for something they really want. And I do feel it's between the years of 2022 and 2023. It's very specific. So I don't know, they came up with some sort of opportunity, idea, relationship, met someone, something, a door opened, and then it's like they had that pocket of window. So I don't know if this is you, sorry to bounce this way, but this is how this reading was coming through. It's like, maybe it was like during the COVID years, okay, I could take this opportunity to open up my business or something, or had an opportunity to do something like this. And then it's comparing myself to the field and all of the reasons, but then it's just assuming the story we told ourselves. But the part we're not admitting is the part that it's actually not true, and that we actually dislike how much of that story that we're hanging on to is getting in the way of our dream. Okay, but because this is the seventh house of people, yes, it's relating to this person's way of engagement, on the surface, personality, how they connect, speak, act, engage. But also, like I said, for some of you guys, it is involving others. So partnership, an agreement, of a commitment of opening the future to their love life, something that they could commit their life to here that does seem to be at a higher standard according to them. And so what's in the way? It's the ego. It's the understanding that I have to look a certain way and have a certain understanding what success looks like. And it's getting in the way of me and the opportunity, and me following up on the opportunity and attaining it and watering it and fighting for it and going after it and moving towards it. Because if I'm going to be seen by other and I don't succeed, then forget about it. That's really what this energy is giving off here. Wowzers. All right. So, well, what do we do then? I don't know. I didn't go any further than that. Let's see advice then. I don't know who's here, if this is your energy, someone you're dealing with, but let's just see advice. This could be somebody you met online. This could be somebody who came across an opportunity online, digitally, here with this Zoom meeting, survivor here, okay? And I feel it's also survivor, because it's this Knight of Pentacles is moving very, very, very slow. The Six of Swords is moving very, very, very slow, stuck at times. This Knight of Wands isn't moving at all. The Seven of Coins isn't putting any energy or effort. The Seven of Wands is given up, is not fighting for what they want. It's, look, commitment here with the Hierophant, Taurus energy. So what's the guidance here? Or what's the messaging? The Emperor, not going after it. Lacking the confidence, divine masculine energy. So, I don't know. Did we want to go to school? Did we want to commit to I don't know. This could even be to get married, Emperor and the Hierophant. So it's I want it. So this person is too afraid to say that they want it. And then they're just telling themselves that there's a reason that they cannot. they can't step up to their potential of doing something, but it's distorted and it's fears. But it is something that's emotionally is felt by this person in a deep way. So there is a deep like connecting to this thing and a want of this thing. Okay, whatever this thing is, but the distortion and the fear is too loud. I feel like there's lots of message here we're not getting to here. 5 of Wands in reverse. Again, it's like I won't compete. I won't go after it. I don't have it in me to fight for what I want. And so I just don't fight for it at all. Don't fight for it at all. And it could be that this person is fixed on a understanding that was adopted through a way of being. It could be that their family life has generated some form of understanding that they carry about who they have to be and what's required of them. And so if this thing requires them to step outside of that understanding that they carry, then it's like with the 6 of Wands we had, it's like others will judge me. So they're towing the line of a version of themselves that they're saying is how they have to be. But really, it's just a lack of confidence in going after what they truly want and following their heart, because their heart is trying to guide them. And this would require a massive transformation and a release. I think it's a release of definitely like mind story limitation and beliefs, and potentially a way of being in their world that they've done for quite some time, and admitting that this is actually limiting them, or it has been something they've been fostering, but it's stifling them and it's not allowing them to move towards what they want. But they're really like, this person could even be somebody who, with the 6 of Wands, like sees themselves as like I'm the man, you know? Now, it doesn't have to be male gender so much as like, I'm capable. I'm capable. This person might have a very like on the surface ego about themselves. I'm capable. I could get whatever, blah, blah, blah. 6 Wands, Emperor. But then when it comes to this, it's like they're not doing it at all because they lack the confidence. And so they're not admitting to themselves that it's like, it's not because they have to stay in this like structured thing that they might be using as an excuse. It's because this person really doesn't believe in themselves as much as they say they do, and that the fear of others judging them and them not succeeding when the rubber meets the road and what that would look like. And so they're already projecting failure here. They don't even try. Okay. And I feel like this person doesn't even try here. Oh boy. Alrighty. Page of Wands and 8 of Wands in reverse. So I want to explore, and in order to explore my passions and the desire, because there's a fire here, okay? There's a lot of fire. It's like, it gets me going. It's something that excites me. I'm passionate about it. I would have to be at ground level and maybe admit that I don't know. And I don't want to put myself in a position of starting and having to learn, because I might want to appear as though I already know. And there's something about blocked communication, like I said at the beginning here with this Zoom meeting survivor. It's like, I think this person, I don't know, like, let's just say, for example, okay, if I never like was educated in the indoctrination camp of the education system, and now I had a dream of being like an engineer, but it's like I can't articulate, my vocabulary is like limited here. So I just, inside myself, like, that's my reason or my excuse, and I just don't. But it's like, I don't know, like the words that they could use. I don't know why they feel their communication is stunted here in this opportunity. Maybe they don't know how to communicate their emotions, or they don't know how to communicate when the going gets tough, or when they get stuck. There might be like a difficulty when it comes to managing challenge, or like conflict resolution. So when the going gets tough, I just don't get going at all. And so I don't want to fail. So why would I get stuck with my pants down here? 8 of Pentacles. So that is the work card, but this is also the card of commitment, dedication, day in, day out, putting in the energy and the effort. It's a skill we might have, okay, like a trade. Not good enough to compete, to pump out the results here that's required of me to be successful. The World. So the World is a conclusion right under the Hierophant here. And like I said, there would be, with this 13, which I was getting, a need to release some thing in their world, would have to be released, concluded, in order for them to be able to make this move as well. Something about online keeps coming through as well. So I don't know if it's like something that was on the web or an opportunity that is digital. There might be some travel as well here with the World card. Okay. Hermit, Virgo energy. And the King of Wands in the reverse. I've never seen so much lack of confidence in my life here. Not going after it. And so I just go inwards instead. This person could be the type of person that contemplates inwards forever, for the rest of their life. They go to their grave wanting what they want and not going after it, just completely saying, I don't have it in me to do it. So I think we need to dig into this here, okay? I didn't expect these readings to be as involved, but I don't know why I always say that, because they're always involved. And I'm going to use this deck, okay? Let's take a look at what's going on over here, because this is really going to be what's going on. Like, well, everything's what's going on, but like deeper than what we're seeing here. Like, there's something here, you know? Now, is this person wrapping something up in their world here that they have been already committed to? It's like, I've already made this promise, this commitment. I don't know, lots with like, because I am getting multiple messages. I am getting schooling, okay, like schooling, I don't know, but schooling could be like the learning of what it's like to be in a functional relationship, or learning what it's like to be in a marriage, or learning what it's like to become an engineer, or learning something new to this person. So this person probably doesn't like new things, especially if they have to compete or be like the bottom sort of person. What's going on with this world? We have the Knight of Swords popping out in the sideways position. So let's see, what's with this World card here, Spirit, in regards to what this person, I'm getting so many sideways cards, Lovers. So their destined path. Okay, this is a choice, ultimately, that we have to choose our destined path, partner. A calling we have, and it's up to us whether we want to choose it, or we choose the path that is fear-based, and we don't go after what it is that we're being called to go after. Knight of Swords, very fast-moving energy, but it could be like a bull in a china shop, saying things maybe very rash. very aggressive. Why is this here? Okay, why is this world here? Why is the world here in regards to pile 1 and what this person wants, but is too afraid to admit to themselves? The 4 of Wands in reverse. So for some of you guys, it is a marriage. Commitment. What if it falls apart? What if there's a divorce? What if I can't maintain it? What if I don't have the stability or the structure to create it? So there's the world here. Maybe this person has experienced divorce or falling apart of a family structure or unit. And also for some of you guys, and it could be all of these messages, okay, or some, because again, general reading, I'm not trying to throw shit at the wall. The overall energy should definitely match. Okay, but something here about like fitting in, because this person feels like an odd duck, like also awkward with what they say, you know, like how I'd appear. I'm awkward and then it would just fall apart here. Again, that's a lack of confidence. Look, never seen so many lacks of confidence here, not going after it. 3 in the sideways position. This is even the energy that this person's giving off, all in the sideways position, like can't commit. Either we're in the upright or in the reverse. Now we're in the in-between, willy-nilly. 2 of Cups. So a lot of you guys, it's a relationship, but again, 7th house. So other people and me sharing, connecting, trusting, being of equal value. I'm on another level here, and I don't feel at the level. Like I said, this person feels like they're not at the level of where they need to be in order to contribute and invest. 4 of Swords in the reverse. So mental instability here. I need to heal the 3 swords, the pain that I've experienced that is making me feel like I can't go after it. Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's definitely a queen of compassion and love and creativity and intuition. This person doesn't know how to deal with their feelings or their emotions. Let's see here. Why is this World card here for pile 1 in regards to what this person won't admit? 9 of Cups and the Hangman. So this person has, at the end of the day, a joy. Okay, were we seeing joy under here? Yes, joy. Happiness, emotional fulfillment that they're sleeping on. They're non-committal here, and Spirit's talking about a need to connect with the divine so we could see the situation from a greater vantage point, from a different perspective that allows us to see the truth. And when we accept it and actually see it differently than how we've always seen it, then this person would be absolutely happy with this path. This path is for this person. I think this person is not admitting to themselves how happy they would be on this path, because if they were to admit how happy they would be on this path, then they would not like the fact that they haven't moved or committed here, that they're suspended here, hiding, hiding at the end of the day because they're going inwards. They're not engaging, they're withholding, they're removing, they're stuck energy, they're anticipating failure or the worst, but there's so much fire and passion, attraction, desire, and then conflict. 5 wands, 4 + 1 is the 5 wands, inner conflict, the inner critic. I can't, it won't work. What's with this Queen of Cups? So some of you guys might be this Queen of Cups, some of you guys might be trying to connect with this person. Page of Swords in reverse. So a block to communication and not understanding, not being very clear. Confusion. Again, another page energy. So someone underexperienced or not knowing. Magician. Virgo, Gemini. This is a block in communication here, which stunts the manifestation. And if we're not clear, and if we don't want to sort of start to understand or see the truth of what we want to create or the ability we have to manifest, and we never lean the other way to ask the questions differently than we have been, we keep getting in the way of the manifestation. We don't see how we can create. This is all about creation, like masculine creation. Creating that relationship would require effort and energy. Creating that job, doing that thing would require some form of engagement. And I don't feel I have the tools and the communication here. Okay. But again, like my heart's in it, or like I have the creative know-how, or the intuition is guiding me, or there's a connection that speaks to my heart. There's something here that my soul knows, but my mind is refusing. And the trauma, and I'm calling it trauma here because it is a mind speak that is getting in the way and limiting this person from their own happiness. But again, the world is like, they would have to close out this belief and this understanding in order for there then to be freedom for them to move forward towards approval, to say, I can go after this thing. Yeah. So I know this reading is long, but I think we want to get just one more sort of final message here and see what Spirit wants to say. So we have Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here. Okay, so yeah, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Virgo here, and Taurus and Aries, lots of signs. Okay, so I don't know why I did that. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Spirit, final message. What is it that pile one needs to know then regarding this energy that I'm channeling? Five of Pentacles in reverse, out in the cold, the lack mindset. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be without. I don't want to have the tangible manifestation in my hands. When I say that I don't have, it's a belief. When I say I don't have this thing, whatever I think that I need, this person's using the excuse that I don't have the thing, the car, the house, the resource, the money, the education, the skill, the whatever. Yeah, but it's like they're not seeing the great truth here. And this is what they're not being honest about here. It's like the intuition knows better. There's a greater truth, a calling for this person. There's a not seeing their own ability to actually have the agency over themselves to make decisions to get them out of a state of lack. They don't see it or understand this concept. Okay, yeah. King of Swords in reverse. They don't understand the concept here. They're stuck in their mind and their fears. So we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but they wouldn't see it as a fear. And that's the thing that they're not admitting. They wouldn't say, I'm too scared. I don't have the confidence. I don't know the thing. I wouldn't be able to learn it. No, they're not saying that at all. They're not even, that's not even in their radar. They don't understand that language. They're just not going towards it, not knowing why. But it's scarcity, it's lack, it's a non-understanding of the truth of who they are and what they're capable of doing, and that they're the manifester. And then they're saying that they're, I don't know, I just heard a weirdo. So I don't know why they think they're weird. Maybe they think weird in a way, like not like they wouldn't belong. They would be different. They would, yeah, and they would have to learn, and they don't want to do that, you know. Alrighty, Magician, Virgo, and Gemini. So we have again, we are the master magician to create. We have all the tools, but we'd have to claim what we want and go after what we want to create it. All right. It's not, and this is the thing, okay, because this reading is about like what this person's not sort of admitting. It's like, it's not even out in the open. And maybe that's the thing. Like I kept saying communication, maybe they were blocked somehow in the communication, but it's like what they're too afraid to admit is that in which they want. It's like they haven't even said it. They haven't admitted it to themselves that they even want this thing. They got cut at the knees before they even said that they wanted this thing. Because if I admit I want this thing, and then I'm in a world of trouble because I don't trust myself and my confidence in myself to achieve it. Justice in reverse. So for some of you guys, like I said, it could definitely be like a marriage with the Justice, but it's like a path in which this person is being called to experience, and they're resisting, refusing, and not understanding what's in their power. So why is this King of Swords here? And this person could, I don't know, this person could certainly be like cold about it too, you know? If you're dealing with this person, it could be somebody who is like leaning in the opposite way. Like you would never know, because it's like, I'm gonna just be indifferent about it, or like play the game that I don't want this thing, and like lean in the opposite direction. So it could be somebody who is like saying the opposite, or running away, or like really showing the opposite of what they truly want. 10 of Cups in reverse, and then the 3 of Wands. So there's a potential of ultimate happiness here. Some of you guys is a relationship, like I said, and this person like doesn't believe in the dream story here, that they could have it, that they could move towards it, that they would have to do the groundwork that would make this possible. And there's a lack of knowing and understanding here. And this is where they're stunted. Okay. Yeah. So they'd rather go inwards and dream about. So inside this person, I do feel like there's some form of an admittance of what they do like, that what this thing would bring them joy. Okay. But everything else surrounding this thing that they're not seeing and understanding is a greater truth of how they could get there. They're buying their own story that's completely just based on fears and upbringings and past experiences and indoctrinations and inner conflict that doesn't allow this person to experience what they want. So pile number 1, wow, what a reading, hey? This is what I see. Hopefully this helps you, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Pile number 2, you guys picked the Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. Awesome. So we're taking a look at the energy around you. This could be your energy or someone on your mind in regards to what does this person want but are too afraid to admit to themselves. Let's start with the oracles. So I have pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them, and I asked Spirit exactly that for pile number 2. Okay, so let's take a look. We have Gemini, I think. All right. And we have number 49 with Jupiter and Pluto. So that's number 13. So we have some Scorpio and some Sagittarius Pisces. We have Serial Killer. Interesting. All right. And we have Optimism, Moon in Sagittarius with the number 9. Oopsie. Moon in Sagittarius. Optimism. Okay. And then we have the Oil of Vitriol, 35. I'll put that there. And we have Suppress. And we have 3 people. Interesting, we have 3 people here. 3 people walking away. Like school children. Okay, and then we have Hide. Suppress and hide. Wow. And Dead End. A brick wall. This is giving me, what's the name of that game? That zombie game? One of those scenes where they get, you can go in the fence yard and get stuck there in the dead end. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2 regarding this energy that I'm tapping into. What does this person want but is too afraid to admit to themselves or to pile 2? Whatever this energy is that I'm about to channel. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. So blessed to be here doing your reading. We have Judgment in reverse, clarified by the Eight of Cups. What does this person want but is too afraid to admit? We have the Ten of Swords in reverse, and it's clarified by the Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Ace of Wands. All right, why is Judgment in reverse clarified by this Eight of Cups? Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse. All right, it's coming out in twos. Interesting, we got two queens so far. Why is the Ten of Swords here in reverse and the Queen of Swords? What is it that twos again? We have Two of Swords and it's clarified by the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, I'm going to do it like that. Yes. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Ace of Wands. Clarifying the Ace of Wands regarding what it is that pile 2 wants, but is too afraid to admit that they want this thing. Ace of Cups. 2 aces. Wow. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck. The Star. Oh my goodness. Aquarius energy under. That's the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Let me channel this energy. You guys can skip ahead. Okay, pile number 1. I will read this as your energy, okay? But it definitely could be somebody in your world. Apply it accordingly. I only really feel one major energy here. Okay, and it is somebody who knows and understands themselves very well. Except I feel that they are watering themselves down here in an environment. And I feel like it's not because they... how can I say this? It's almost like if they believe that why they are where they're at and there's a reason they're staying there. I don't know, like if people are telling them, or they just carry this sort of responsibility upon them. So it could be like, it's my duty, or it's the understanding. It's more like just an understanding that that's where I'm at, that they carry, and then they stay there playing small with a greater understanding held that they want something that they might feel is like I don't want to use these words because these aren't the right words, but it's like, in order for me to want what it is that I want, shame on me. It's too good, not for me, but it's too much, or it's too grand, or would require me to do something here that shame on me for wanting it. Shame on me for even going after it, or think that I'm good enough for it, or that I could ever attain it, and so let me just not feel that. Let me just not think about that. Let me just hold off until it's right. Because I don't know if this person fears that people are gonna like go against them or tell them they shouldn't do it. So what they want is like their dream, their vision of something that they think is too big for them at this time, and it's not. It's like wanting this thing is out of my radar right now, is what this person tells themselves. And then fill in the blank, because I still have to stay here longer, because I'm upkeeping this thing, or because this is what's expected of me, or because if I go, shame on me for like going after this thing. I would be selfish, or I would be doing something here that I don't have buy-in from my energy around me. It's very difficult to put this into words, but I feel this thing very clearly. This person wants a new beginning. They want more independence. They want freedom. They want to be able to break out of whatever they're in. A situation has them sort of hostage right now, and they're a part of the hostaging. And so this is what they're not admitting to themselves. It's like they're a part of why they're stuck there. And they might think like, no, but I really want this dream, but I really am like, they think they might be honest with themselves and that they're seeing their position very clearly. So they know what they want. It's a dream of theirs. They have their eye on the prize. It seems just far away. And it involves their independence, a new beginning, freedom here. It makes them very excited. They're emotionally connected to it. It might require them to start over. It definitely requires this person to leave a situation. And so what they're not admitting is like their involvement in this now situation, because this now situation has this person suppressing the truth. And rather than dealing with the truth and where they're at, they're hiding from it. They're not seeing it toe to toe. They're just telling themselves, well, the thing that I want is unrealistic right now anyway, or I'm not in a position to go after it anyway, or like, and so they're negotiating or bargaining, but really the bargaining, there's an underlying layer of why they're bargaining is because their environment is making them, it's not even making them, see, these are not the right words, but I don't know how else to do it. They feel they owe it to their environment, which is just an untruth. The situation they're currently in, the job, the family, the place, the hometown, the city, the whatever, their current situation, they're not seeing the truth. The truth is they need to look at it head on and admit to themselves that they need to leave, walk away. It's not emotionally fulfilling. It's not in line with their purpose and their star and their destiny. But they're tinkering around here for who knows why, you know? And then they might still hold the dream in their mind's eye as sort of like what gets them up in the morning or like the vision. And so there's like a sort of an in denial in a way here because it's like used as like a carrot, but it's like this thing that they want is actually real. This thing that they want, they could actually go after. This thing that they want, if they would admit the truth and seen the truth, that they'd have to put an end to something and that they could go after it. They could do it today. There is no delay. There is no, it's too much or too soon or too demanding, or people would not believe in it, or they would need, like, there's too many reasons this person is coming up with why they can't do it. And then they're believing it, and then they're feeding themselves that story. And I do feel like this person is in two minds. And so it could definitely be someone who's torn in their old world of what they understand, but what they understand is just a mind story of what they think their current situation is. So they could be hanging on to a past experience, what this thing used to be, why this thing requires their energy now. This is one mind story. And then the other mind story, because I'm seeing a two swords here. Yes, two swords. The other mind story is I could just be honest, clear, and move away from whatever I'm in and go towards what I want. It isn't complicated, you know, but this person is complicating this whole thing and almost saying, I can't want what I want. Things must be more clear in this current situation before I can move. Now, there is something coming through, like, I don't know, like something needs to finalize for that. This is what they're thinking, okay? And I don't know how true this is. I don't think it's fully true. I think this is like what they think. They think that something needs to finalize and end and conclude, and then they have the freedom to move. And that's not necessarily true, because I feel like while this thing is not clear to them, they're just here kicking tires and wasting time here. I feel like their current environment is no longer going to produce, and maybe they don't want to buy it just yet, and they're waiting to see, could it still produce? Is there still something more that can happen here? I think they've experienced disappointments here, or are going to start experiencing a lot of disappointments here, in order to show them that this old world is no longer doing it for this person. And that the new beginning is where it's at. And because this person does want to have a new beginning, but it's like, if this is so weird. This is like them maybe thinking like, I want the new beginning more than I want to stay here, or it's equal. But meanwhile, Spirit is saying, no, clearly they're staying where they're at is more, it was weighing more on this person, not because they want it more, but because their energy is showing and dictating this. So this is the thing they won't admit to themselves, that this current thing actually is driving their actions more than their desire to have a new beginning and their destiny and their future and their vision here of something that they want. And they might like really be like, I can't go there because this needs to close and that needs to this and that would have to be that. And I'm not quite sure, like, if there's a lot of other people involved. I think there might be, because we're seeing 3 people here, which is 3 cups. Okay, so it could be your network of friends or family or coworkers. But here we're seeing like the oil of vitriol. So it's like, let's read the oil of vitriol first and see what messages we can pull from that. But it's really like not allowing themselves to give themselves permission. It's like, this situation needs to do something before I get the permission to free myself. But why? Okay, acidity, resentment, and purification. So it says, when the green lion appears, a great alchemical reckoning is afoot. Long-standing frustration and imbalance causes this regal creature to lash out unconsciously, consuming all in its path. Be prepared for emotional turmoil as the lion thrashes about. Don't worry, these changes are necessary for growth, and in the end will be a relief to all. Purification is the lion's aim, and is determined to get there one way or another. When this card appears, the question must be asked, am I the green lion or the sun? The one consuming or the one being consumed? It is said that the finding of oneself in the mouth of the lion is a necessary moment on any spiritual path. As the discomfort passes, the sunbeams shine all the brighter. Go deeper. Look up images of the green lion eating the sun to ponder. Change is the only constant. So, this person is in an environment, maybe crossing their fingers and toes that it needs to be a different way, or it should be a different way. Coulda, woulda, shoulda this way. It's a dead end. They're not admitting to themselves. They're not going to get anywhere there. There's a new world for this person, so free and unencumbered by all of that. So we need to dig into this, right? Let's get another tarot deck. We'll use the Aquarian Tarot. And we're going to see, what do we need to know in regards to pile number 2 and this energy? What does pile 2 need to know about what this person isn't admitting to themselves in regard to what they want? And maybe it's like, there's an unconscious thing online here, okay? And we could certainly be buying the story that the situation is suppressing me, or that other is doing this, or my circumstance, fill in the blank. That's a lie. It's not true. And we could be doing that just sort of as a sabotage, but we might not realize we're doing it, because we might say, well, why would I sabotage my dream, my vision, and my new beginning? Why? Because there's many reasons why. Maybe subconsciously we're really attached to this thing. Maybe subconsciously we fear stepping into the unknown, experiencing change, reintroducing ourselves to new people. I don't know. Let's see. Spirits, for pile number 2. Can we dive in a little deeper here for pile 2 in regards to what it is that pile 2, this energy that I've tapped into for pile 2, what is it that they want and are too afraid to admit? We have strength, the Leo energy clarified by the Hermit. Okay, 2 major arcana. For pile number 2, Spirit. The Queen of Swords in reverse. So she came out in the upright here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Pile 2, and so Lovers in the sideways position. This came out for pile 1, also in the sideways position. Gemini energy, very strong here. Okay, let's keep going. So something about destiny really pulling through, and it's like, but it's blocked. I can't see it. I gotta stay here more and ponder about it. That's the lie. Okay, yeah, 3 of Wands. It's open. It's open already. So we're buying whatever reason we're saying we can't move there, or we aren't ready to move there, or expand there, or grow there, or travel there. Maybe it's like I would have to face something within myself and I'm not ready to admit it. That I am capable, or I'm strong enough, or I'm courageous enough, or there's too much fear of the unknown because it's not clear the path. And this could be someone, because Virgo energy here is definitely someone who like analyzes and crosses the T's, dots the I's, and knows these sort of ins and outs and can like come up with a whole sort of plan. But it's like, because I don't have the plan, I don't move at all. But the pathway is open, and this is destiny. And this is like trusting in the divine to follow our heart. But this person is sitting here saying, but it's not clear. And it's until it becomes clear. It's like, well, no, it's just your fear. Nothing's coming to this person here. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. So comfort zone. And there's a need to release the comfort zone and embrace the unknown. This is the only way for them to move here. But they're thinking something's going to be shown. Look, the star. It's like, as long as they wait for something to be shown, it's never going to be shown, and they're just going to lose hope. They can't see their way to their star clearly. And it's like, until I see it, understand it, and have the wisdom of what I got to do and understand it in that way, then I just don't go after it. And I sit here humming and hawing about it, thinking about it, dreaming about it, but I put up with this whole other world that I'm in. Okay, why is this 3 of Wands in the reverse? Temperance, Sagittarius energy. So this is healing energy. This person feel like they're fear of not attaining this thing. I don't know. There's something coming through, and I don't know what the right wording is. 6 of Cups, and then the 10 of Wands. So, person, place, thing of the past. My childhood, where I grew up, my family, the thing, my soulmate from 1984. Okay, change is the only constant. We're getting bombarded. It's too heavy to carry this. Okay, this is just a feel we had of an experience. And it's holding us hostage here. The memories, the past experience that I had, and the heaviness doesn't allow me to put down my now experience so that I have the freedom to move. This person doesn't give themselves permission to move forward freely. And they might think they're not healed enough or in a position to understand what they need to know, and there's nothing to understand or know. There's just having the courage to face the fear and do it anyway. Because fear doesn't just disappear when we sit there long enough to wait for the fear to disappear. The fear disappears when we have it and we face it and we do the thing we were delaying. That's when the fear subsides. That's when we address it and face it. And that's when we learn the wisdom. And then we get the experience because we've done it. I moved out on my own. I wandered on my own. I took the chance that I was too fearful to do. King of Cups in the reverse. There's a suppression here for sure, okay? Suppressing one's own heart's desire. And it's really starting to like compound on this person because it's not going anywhere. The heart is closed here in regards to new energy flowing in. It's stuck on the past relationship, past thing, past experience, and not because it feels good and it's giving new energy of love. It's because I had a past experience with it that I can't let go and that I'm holding on to, and it's becoming harder and harder and heavier for me to carry. And so instead of just moving forward, I'm like too busy here carrying that load. Carrying the load instead of moving towards my destiny, instead of moving towards where I'm being called. So I want to see, why is this temperance here? Because temperance is all about balance, but it's also, it could be divine guidance. Okay, something about destiny, divine guidance. Maybe it's like, I got to temper myself on how I move, but that could be another like lie to self, is like, telling themselves when is the right time to move. And this is what they're believing, is like, now's not the right time. And we could really like, oh my gosh, there's so much energy coming through. We could really like buy that story for all the wrong reasons, that it's not the right time, you know? And this is what Spirit is saying, is like the mind story will want to believe that it's not the right time, that it has to happen this way and that way, and we got to understand this and that before it's this and that. And then it's like, no, those are just reasons and excuses to stay with the 6 cups, really, at the end of the day. And we might say, no, I want to get out of the 6 cups. I don't want to be there. Or we could say, no, well, I don't want to leave the 6 cups, and I don't know how to break out of the 6 cups. And I'll feel it. It's like, no, you won't feel it until you actually do it. Then you feel it. So this is like a need to do. Not a need to sit here and contemplate longer. Spirit, what does pile number 2 need to know about this energy that I'm channeling here in regards to what this person wants truly and isn't admitting to themselves? The Empress. Oh my goodness. Clarified by the Sun in reverse. Taurus, Libra, Leo energy. Again, it's like, it's not shown to me. It's not clear to me. It's not visible. What are we waiting to see? Like, what are we waiting to see here? It's getting in the way of us, like, being able to create, birth something. The Empress is all about giving and receiving love. The King of Cups was in reverse, so there's a suppression of being able to experience love, perceive love, go after joy. 2 of Pentacles in reverse, so I need to choose. Let's see, for pile number 2, Spirit, can we dive in deeper in regards to what does this person, this energy want, but is too afraid to admit to themselves? Knight of Wands. And it's clarified by the 3 cups, which you are really feeling from the 3 people here and this 3 people here. So the network of people, the Knight of Wands is looking backwards. A situation is no longer producing. And we're just sort of going back and forth like insanity. This is really what I'm getting. Staying stagnant. Stagnant waters, okay, even though it's Pentacle, I'm getting stagnant waters turn poisonous when they're not agitated and can sit there forever, the waters, okay? And I feel like with the King of Cups in reverse, there's like a suppression here of the water, and there's not a movement within the water. And so it's just a matter of time before it's like you can't stay there no more. There's a new experience here, a new community, new people, new experiences. But I feel like we're too hung up on the people of the past or the experiences of the past. And maybe we like to socialize with those people. And it's like, I can't see myself without that community or without those people or without my mother or without my sister or without this mother of my child, or I don't know, this wife. Let's see, Spirit, why is the Empress here and the Sun in reverse? Six of Swords. Yeah, can't move forward, staying in the Five Swords rather than allowing ourselves to accept the fact that there's joy on the other side of movement here. Nine of Wands. So this is the wounded warrior that's like been through battle, is enduring, but is also stagnant and is not moving anywhere here. He's just staying in the stale waters, like defending oneself. Who's this Knight of Wands here? Four of Cups and the Six of Wands. And the bottom of the deck is the High Priestess and the Two of Cups in reverse. So on the other side, there is healthy flow of giving and receiving relationships, okay? It doesn't have to be an intimate, romantic relationship so much as it is the right vibration that can match energy frequency, and we can open our heart and experience love rather than suppress how we feel because of a past situation that's holding us hostage. The intuition is calling this person to a relationship, a community, a new beginning, to experience something with passion, fire, love, and where this person will experience love of themselves, love of self. And it might require this person to love themselves in order for them to accept a freedom, to let go of the past, to move forward. And they're sitting here looking at what's not happening. And the universe is saying, hey, it's right in front of you. This Ace of Cups is in front of you. This is an opportunity for you, but you're too busy looking at the Three Cups. The community of people, the thing that used to do it for you. And that's what you're saying needs to pan out. Maybe you're trying to make do with that, you know, like, I got to make them approve of me, or this choice that I got to make. And so I can't make this choice until those people are on board, or until this person has buy-in, or these people buy into my choice because they're looking at me. Maybe they're looking up to me, or maybe I'm really concerned with how they might appear, like my appearance and my image to upkeep here. And they might judge me. They might say I'm leaving them high and dry, or that I don't care, or that I'm like abandoning them, or that I'm like, I might only carry this sort of understanding of myself. And it's like the only success that I can have right now is if I stay here and sort of upkeep this dead end, no matter what Spirit is trying to show me. And then I tell myself, because I don't see the path, or it's not clear yet, or it's not coming yet, or I don't know for sure that it would be successful yet, or I don't, it's like, no, but that you're not going to know whether it'd be successful. You're not going to know what the path is there. Spirit is saying we have to allow ourselves to put down what's heavy. And what's heavy is a dead end here because it's no longer working. It's stuck, and it could definitely be turning into a five-sword situation where there's resistance, where there's an inability to move, where there's no progress, and we're just sort of enduring and defending and sticking to it at all costs. And meanwhile, like I say, the intuition here is saying, hey, like, you're just blocking abundance on the other side of something that's going to give to you. So, okay, well then what is the advice? Final message here for pile number 2. So we have Pisces, Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Leo, Taurus, Libra, Virgo, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, and Gemini. So let's get you some or whoever this is. If this is someone you know, then it's advice for you. Okay. And if this is you, then this is advice for you as well. I'll ask Spirit for the viewer. For the viewer, advice for the viewer. What do they need to know? Walk away. This one was sliding this way, but I popped it this way. So I'm going to read it this way. Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is where we are too busy filling everyone else's cup but our own. Okay, it could be very exhausting. That's why we have the Nine of Wands. Exhausting. Filling everyone else's emotional happiness constantly until we burn out. And so this is sometimes where we have to go and reflect on what makes us happy. And then we could come back if we want, or we could decide that this situation is no longer doing it for me and then move forward. Okay, but we might be trying to prevent heartbreak, meaning I don't want to leave this group of people. I don't want to be separated from this thing. Or it could be I'm trying to prevent moving forward, and I'm not telling myself that it's because when I do move forward, if I don't fully trust in the divine that my dream would come true, that I could get my wish, and let's say I do all this and then it doesn't work, and then I'm going to be heartbroken that I left or that I made a move. And so I don't go after the dream. I stay here, unhappy, emotionally suppressing what I truly want. But either which way, it's like I'm damned if I stay here because I'm not emotionally fulfilled. And at least I'm like preventing a failure on the other side that I'm just assuming will be a failure. Or I'm like staying here because I don't want to like create the three swords with my community of people. It'll be sad. But Spirit is saying like what's sad is staying where we're emotionally unfulfilled in a dead end that's no longer going to produce, that's stagnant water, that is only upkept because of a Six Cups. I remember a time and a place when this used to be good, you know? So it prevents me from following my desire and my passion, my fire, my drive. I'm telling myself that I'm naughty for wanting it. And I keep investing and pointing my nose towards the emotional dissatisfying situation. And that's where my energy goes. Why is this Three Swords here? The Wheel of Fortune. So the universe is saying, I'm in control. I'm in control. And change is the only constant. And so we're going to experience a Three Swords if we stay in a situation that's emotionally dissatisfying. There's no way around it. There has to be movement, forward movement. You can't move backwards unless you're, I don't know, in a time machine. Ace of Swords, that's the truth. So Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. We're missing the Ace of Pentacle, which is the manifestation in the 3D world. The manifestation of the new is not happening for this person, and it won't until this person embraces the truth. The truth is that this person wants a new beginning, but they're too busy involving themselves with a dead-end situation, telling themselves all of the reasons I told you. For all of you guys, it's different. I can't leave. I want to leave, but it's going to whatever. I'm trying to prevent, or I'm needed here. And every day that this sort of ticks, this person is carrying a 10 wands, emotionally dissatisfied, suppressed, and the universe is saying eventually it's going to create suffering more and more and more. And we could really be like preventing the amount of suffering. And this is why it sort of went in the reverse and then it flipped around. We could intervene with the amount of suffering that we experience if we work with the universe, if we co-create with the universe, if we embrace truth. But if we stay in denial, if we stay burning out, enduring emotionally depleting situations and investing in the thing that we're supposed to move away from, then we're going to experience pain here, okay? Nine of Pentacles and then the Three of Pentacles. So maybe this is the two swords we were talking about. It's like, this is my own independence and freedom for me to go do my own thing. And then this is me working with other people, my community, to build a thing that maybe I rely on as like my stability or my structure, maybe financially. Something about financial independence. Like, am I financially independent to be on my own, or do I have to count on this family, this community, or this job, or these resource here? And maybe you feel, and look, there's only one person here. And so this is the truth Spirit wants you to see. If this is you, of course, I don't know who this is. This is the in denial, or the thing this person isn't admitting to them. It is actually no longer a community here, really. There's only one person in that fantasy story of why you got to stay where you are. One person. I don't know if that's you. I don't know if that's like who that is, but it's not collaborative anymore. The old environment no longer is collaborative. So the story that we once envisioned of why it worked, or how it was working, or how it was collaborating, is no longer true. The truth is that this person needs to wander independently on their own, and that they do have support by the universe, resources. They have the independence to do this and have a new beginning, but they might be lacking the confidence. It's like, I need the backing of these people. But these people aren't backing you, really. And if you say, well, they are, because it's like in the 3D, it's like they're doing this or they're doing that. And Spirit is saying, on the other side, there's going to be abundance that cannot be created staying here in the material world, no matter how much pentacle. The pentacle is a result of everything else that happens. So this is like that four pentacle energy. When we hang on to the little bit we do have, thinking it's like, I can't give it up because it's the be all end all, and if I give it up, then I'll have nothing. It's like, no. Letting it go and allowing the shift allows the door to open to create all of the pentacles, like 9 pentacles we can have, if we allow the universe to flow with us rather than sort of hang on to what is here. 4 of Wands in reverse. So a community would have to dissolve here. It's like, I don't have the support of my community, or this marriage would have to fall apart. There's a truth about something not working no more. It actually might be providing an illusion of stability. And I'm calling it an illusion because it's just a belief. And as long as we carry that belief and understanding, we can't see the great truth that there's something here that no longer works. It no longer supports us. It can't be sustainable. It's fallen apart. It's no longer collaborative. It's no longer supportive. It's argumentative. It's keeping us stuck. It's not allowing movement. It's definitely not allowing us to open our heart. It's not in line with our hearts. It's not in line with our intuition. It's going to create suffering if we stay there much longer. And it's emotionally depleting and very heavy with the 10 of Wands. That's what Spirit's saying. Pile number 2, heavy reading. I hope this helped you. I love you guys very much. I will see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye. Pile number 3, you guys picked the After Tarot, and we're looking at energy around you in regards to this person, whether this is you, someone around you. It's yet to be determined. And what this person truly wants, but is too afraid to admit to themselves, okay, or too afraid to admit to you. So let's take a look, and we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Actually, we'll start with the oracle cards, yes. So let's take a look. We have overwhelmed mom. All right. And we have the number 9, 9th house. So the 9th house is all about travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, religion. and learning. Well, she's on a computer here. Okay, let's keep going. We have 54, Saturn and Pluto. So number 9. Capricorn, Aquarius energy, and Scorpio coming through. Also heavy Virgo and Cancer with the 9s here. Okay, and then we have boredom. Overwhelmed and boredom. Opposite sort of energy here. We have Charity, number 4. And this is Saturn in Cancer. Charity, okay. And we have the Mirror. And look at the colors. Synchronized. And then we have Dissolution, 65, or the number 11. And we have Love. Oh my goodness. And, ooh, my goodness, surprise. Surprised to see you. Divine Masculine energy in full power. All right. Let us use the tarot. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. What is it that this person, the energy that I'm tapped into here, is wanting but too fearful to admit to themselves or to pile 3? Clear and concise message for pile 3. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. So blessed to be here doing this reading for you. Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. Divine Feminine energy. And we have 5 of Wands in reverse, clarified by the King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. For pile number 3, Spirits, King of Cups in reverse. 2 kings now. King of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Why is this Empress here? 10 Swords in reverse. Why is this 5 of Wands in reverse and the King of Swords here? 9 Pentacles. And why is this King of Cups here in the reverse? Page of Wands in reverse, clarified by the 6 of Wands in reverse. And the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Wands. And under that, we have the King of Pentacles. 3 kings. Someone have 3 brothers? 3 kings. All right, so we're missing the King of Wands here. Interesting, because pile 1 was definitely an absent King of Wands. So let's take a look. I'm going to tap into this energy and channel. Just give me a moment. I don't know where to put this. It doesn't feel right there off on its own. Okay. Okay, pile number 3. I hope this becomes a little more clear as I keep going here. Okay, yours is the least clear to me at the beginning anyway, but I am getting some stuff already that's clear. And so hopefully as I channel, this becomes more clear as we go, okay? I do feel a heavy Divine Feminine energy, which I'm going to read as yours, but I do feel there's situational things sort of happening here. It's an experience that a Divine Feminine is having, which, like I said, I'm going to call you Empress and this overwhelmed mom. Now, definitely some of you guys could be literally a mother, okay? But it doesn't have to be so much as it is the archetype of the mother energy, which is Divine Feminine to birth something here, and she's overwhelmed. And she's overwhelmed because in order to birth something, it would require something of her. And she's grappling with this lessons of sorts. Why? Does she not love this thing? And it could definitely be a person, okay? It's like, no, that isn't why she's grappling. She's grappling because the universe is getting her to learn something. It's teaching her something about herself. And I don't think she likes this experience, because the mirror of this experience, this person or this thing that she's experiencing, is showing back to her what she needs to understand and release and work out before she can enjoy whatever's on the other side of what she wants to birth. And as humans, we don't like this, or if we don't understand it fully, why can't I have what I want now? Or what am I doing wrong? Or why is it this? Or why is it that? And we can make all sorts of narratives. The hardest thing to do is to look at our own self fully, every area, every nook and cranny, and then dissolve all the things that are in the way of the dream, the vision, or the thing we're going to birth. Because we as humans like to think that we know what needs to be there and why it should go the way it should go and why I should feel the way that I need to feel, this way or that way, and then make stories. And when it doesn't work out this way, I fight, I resist, and then I get overwhelmed. So there's something here with this Charity and this Empress that's requiring this beautiful, loving energy to invest in areas here where she might be feeling very overwhelmed because she doesn't understand. She doesn't see the full picture yet. She's still learning. And it also requires her to release certain things that are difficult for her to release, or see through certain things that are very challenging to admit and to release. And it's all in the name of love, okay? And when I use love, I'm not necessarily saying a romantic relationship, but love is the ultimate truth. So there's an ultimate truth that this Divine Empress is supposed to be experiencing and birthing: a purpose, a relationship, a place, a thing, a birthing of something new. Okay, and for a lot of you guys, it does feel like it's a masculine here, and it does feel like it could be in the relationship field or quite sexual here. But this masculine energy is like, she has to understand and become one with her feminine and her masculine energy and know how to master herself. How do I go after my desires? How do I not let my own chasing of desires, pride, and need to control, need to output energy as the doer get in the way? When do I allow myself to see through my own pride or my own stubbornness, my own ego, my own ways of being, things that might be getting in the way, my own wounding, my own experiences that have created shadows, doubts within me that I believe to be true? And all of this stuff is being shown to her and explained to her, and she's going about it in a certain way, I feel right now. But it's more of like, the more I know. And now I'm seeing that star from the early 80s, the more you know, with the rainbow. And it's like, it's not about her knowing more. It's actually about her dissolving what she thinks she knows. And this is the part that's difficult to do, because we don't want to dissolve, because then we feel helpless, hopeless, and we'll feel like the dream is further away. It's like, I've invested all of this time or this energy or this love or this devotion. And so when we invest a lot of energy and effort, we build a library of stuff. And so it's like our baby. And so this mama is protecting this library of information. But this is what's hindering her. She needs to look at herself and say, all of this information that I think I know, how to do this, how to be that, I don't know. I don't care if it's spiritual information. I don't care if it's like how to be a better divine feminine. I don't care if it's like how to, I don't know, whatever's the information is. You know, it's like it could just be built over time, built year after year after year of what a divine feminine should look like, how she should engage in this world, how loving is loving and what's not loving, and what is acceptable, and what do masculines want, and what is it toxic masculinity, and what is healthy, and what is like, no. All of this stuff is completely creating distortion, and some of it's supporting wounds. And so as humans, when we hear certain things that prop up our distortions, okay, our beliefs, when we hear certain things that prop up our belief, it doesn't make it less distorted. And we're going to hear a whole bunch of things throughout the day. We're going to see a whole bunch of videos. We're going to watch a whole bunch of things. What are the things that stand out? What are the things that we actually zoom in on? It's the stuff that supports our belief. It reinforces it. And so this divine feminine is reinforcing certain understandings. And she is like saying, I'm knowing more. So that means I'm more in line with the thing I want. When the opposite is true. This thing doesn't require her to know more. This thing that she wants, which I do feel, like I said, is a person, and we'll get over there, requires her to release all the things that are going on within her. Stories, beliefs, understandings, concepts, agendas she thinks she needs to have, or ways she needs to be. She needs to let it all go. And she hasn't. And she needs to understand that once this happens, then she is free to explore. Then the universe says she's ready, because she's learned about her own confidence to trust herself, to let it all go, not to follow what other people might say is acceptable, or how she has to be, or how she has to look, because that was all ingrained in her over time. And so I feel like if this is your energy, you could certainly be feeling like there's an external circumstance here that you can't explore, that hasn't panned out. And it definitely could involve another person here that might be a little defensive, maybe somebody who is uncommittal, or somebody who is blocked emotionally, someone who's unavailable, somebody who might be quite cold here. Maybe it's someone that you talk to, and it's like their understanding, or what they understand, is one thing, and I need to understand another thing. And it's like, no, because that type of an understanding is creating, like, one, it's creating duality, and you and this other thing or this other person are one. So the minute we start sort of make a tiered system, others versus me, then we'll forever be sort of competing, because we're creating that duality. Spirit is saying this divine empress is being asked to surrender, and she doesn't know how to surrender. She thinks surrendering means I'm going to use the thought and the flow of like picking and choosing and doing all that stuff is surrendering. When surrender really is a letting go of what's going on internally, undoing the way we see ourselves, and not having any story about who we are or how we have to be. That's surrender. The minute we attach to a narrative, we've already limited our opportunity. Beliefs create limitation. It doesn't matter how valid we think a belief is, how justified we think that belief is. A belief creates a limitation. She's creating her own limitation, and she's getting frustrated, and she might be thinking, this king is creating the limitation. He's unavailable. He's blocked. He's defensive. He's doing something to me. No, he's not. Okay, I'm saying he, whatever, this situation, this other person. You're doing it to you with your own story of self. Now, this sounds very cryptic, so we're going to break this down, okay? Six of Swords, time to move on from mental thoughts, and Five Swords. So we have some Aries pulling through, Taurus, Libra, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So let's see, spirits, can we dive into pile number 3? And what is it that pile 3 wants, but is too afraid to admit? Now, based on this, pile 3 wants an outcome here. But it might not necessarily say, yeah, but I don't know what the outcome looks like. And so I've already surrendered to what happens. It's like, no, the surrendering is what's happening here, right now. That's what needs to surrender. The stories, the thoughts, the knowing, the information, the gathering, the this, the that. Because I think this Empress thinks she's already surrendered outcome. And it's like, no, as long as she's here, she's not surrendered outcome because she's still working towards a thing. The full surrender is letting go of all of this stuff, the full dissolution. And so she's not telling herself the truth. And the truth is that she actually wants the thing, and that's why she's hanging on to what she's doing right now. The researching, the storytelling, the upkeeping, the beliefs. And she's really hanging on to this over here, thinking, well, I've already let that go. Whatever happens there happens. It's like, no, but you're still doing that. So you do care what happens there because you're committed to hanging on to this story. Upkeeping your library. And I think she's listening to too many people. Too many people, too many videos, too many instructions, too many how-tos. No. Pile number 3. What is it that pile 3 is? Wanting and not admitting to themselves. Five of Cups, disappointment, looking back on what didn't work. So we could constantly be feeling disappointed. This didn't work, it didn't work. Yeah, because we're being asked to surrender here. Three of Cups in reverse. So the Three of Cups is our network of people. Okay, Three Cups could be the card of reconciliation here. It is in reverse. So it just could be like I'm not experiencing celebrations with people. I feel rejected or not welcomed. I feel disappointed in the experiences I have with relationship here. It's not happening. Leaves me empty-handed, makes me feel not welcomed, makes me feel undervalued here. Ace of Pentacles clarified by the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Why is this Five of Cups here? The Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right. I know you guys are all dying to see what's under this turtle. Why is this Three of Cups here in reverse? Why is the Three of Cups here in reverse? 10 Swords in reverse. All right. Why is this Ace of Pentacles here? And the King of Pentacles. Devil. Capricorn energy. Strong Capricorn. And then the Page of Pentacles. And under the Page of Pentacles is the Nine of Wands in reverse. Surrender. Okay. Give me a moment. Okay. Pile number 3. You're definitely dealing with another person because I keep feeling another energy here. Your understanding of this person could certainly be accurate. It could. Okay, but that's not the point. And I think this is what Spirit is trying to say, what we're not admitting or seeing, that everything regarding the experience we have in this world is only stemmed from one place only, and it's from within, period. Every single one of us. And from within this form, there is consciousness itself that comes from one source, which is Divine Creator. There is no separation. There's one source of consciousness. And so when we understand this power, that within this form, me, my body, within that, when I connect to that, understand the universe differently. I engage differently with people. And so I need to see my own essence. I need to see myself clearly. I don't need to be preoccupied with other people's doings or lacks thereof, because other people could certainly, their form could be unruly. Their form could be non-cooperative. Their form could be toxic, if you want to use that word. Okay, and so I feel like there's a person here in which this divine empress wants to create something and manifest something from A to Z. Maybe wants to get married. Maybe wants a full-on commitment, a relationship of sorts here. Wants to be available to give love and manifest in the 3D. But this King of Pentacles, reverse King of Cups, reverse King of Pentacles is most likely out of the picture or unavailable in a way here that allows her to feel welcome or allows her to feel loved or allows her to feel valued. And she might feel stuck. And it's like, how do I then unstuck myself? And he might be stuck on her. This devil could definitely talk about obsessions and codependent relationships and toxicity. And so something needs to come to an end, okay? And what needs to come to an end is the mind stories and understandings of experiences that I had in the past that left me disappointed. Now, does this mean the experience never happened? No. But the truth is, when we fully understand the great truth, that there is no loss, because nothing got taken away. Loss would mean I was whole at one point and something took something from me. And now I have less than I had to begin with. It's like, no, you don't have less. You're always whole. You've always been whole, regardless of how someone acts. And so her understanding is skewed. And it's really her beliefs and her understandings and stories and all of that stuff that's getting in the way. When she puts that all down and dissolves that and looks at the great truth, to see the great truth and understands it, inner feels it, she can move beyond her dissatisfaction. And she could close out what she needs to close out. And then opportunity opens up for her. But that's true surrender. But right now, she's too busy crying over what's not working, what's not welcoming her, what feels separate from her, what feels painful to her. And she could have experienced an ending, like meaning it's not welcome. Like, how do I, one, find closure in a situation that won't end or let me go, that feels that I'm chained to, or that I feel bound to or stuck to, that isn't helping me move? I can't find closure here, or I don't want closure here, one or the other. And it's like, how can we find harmony? Will we come back together? Will this person come around? Will this person finally know how to commit? No, that's the wrong question. Remember the mirror. Just always go back to the mirror. When looking in the mirror, do I say, will this person want reconciliation? When I look in the mirror, no, I wouldn't be asking that question. I would be asking questions about self. Why do I believe what I believe? Why am I experiencing what I'm experiencing? Is it true, or is it just a story of an experience of the past that no longer exists, by the way? The past is no longer around. So whatever disappointments were there are no longer disappointments today. Only the self would attach to that story and keep it going. I got disappointed, I got let down, and keep it going, and be completely disappointed, crying over past experiences, on and on and on. And then we need to use the swords to sever it. When's enough? I got to cry about it one more day. No, one more day, I'll feel better. Wait, one more day, I'll feel better. No, tomorrow I'll feel better about it. How about the next day? And we just keep going on and on about it, And does this mean we can't grieve? Sure, we can grieve. But when we get to the root is when I see the truth, then I don't need to grieve another day. I don't need to dwell in the past, because I'm going straight to the root. If I don't go straight to the roots, I keep grieving, because people will always disappoint. The external world will always have some form of shortcoming. I'll always be unapproved by some social group. I'll always experience some sort of an ending or disappointment. There'll always be someone who might not be filling some sort of role that I need. There'll always be some sort of toxicity out there. Okay, by the way, this person could be dependent on some form of addiction or something here. Okay, but when we go at that level, we never get free because we're constantly trying to band-aid the surface disappointment, the surface thoughts, the surface of the external world. And Spirit is saying the great truth this person isn't admitting is that within this Empress, there is a world that needs to be seen and the truth needs to be exposed. That's where the true wisdom is, that there was no disappointment, that there is no I hiding under there. There's just one state of consciousness experiencing form. Now, we could live that way and be completely bored, okay? Or we could completely understand that the ultimate truth is love of the divine creator. And so this form is experiencing disappointments, joy, happy times, low times, and all of it is of God. All of it is of love. Because the divine spirit is leading my experience here. And once this divine empress understands that it's not how many YouTube videos I know or how many tarot readings I pay for or how much I know about soulmates or soul contracts or any of that, spiritual lessons, none of that's going to help her. In fact, it hinders her. It slows her down because every time she thinks she knows a concept and then she experiences something disappointing, it's like, boom, disappointment, disappointment, disappointment. It's going to constantly be disappointing her. She's never free. She's only free when she says, I'm putting an end to all of these concepts, all of this understanding. Yes, it is someone's book or someone's story, someone's theory, someone's experience, but that has nothing to do with my connection with the divine, because the divine is leading this empress. And so she needs to have a straight connection to the divine, a straight mirror back to herself. That's where she sees the divine. She can only see the divine within her. And when she finally sees the divine within her, then she could see the divine everywhere she looks. And then she'll be moving differently. She'll be moving from love. She'll be moving from this empress place. She won't be moving from disappointments and tit for tat and transactional and codependency and feeling disappointed and feeling like she can't compete or isn't confident enough to experience a situation here because it's making her feel not wanted or welcome. And she's like, I just wanted to give love. It's like, well, then give it to self. Because she feels hindered by external people and world. The outside world isn't hindering her at all. At all, at all. She's hindering herself. I gotta cover up this Wiener Schnitzel. So, let's do a final round here, okay? Beautiful Empress. I do feel you're an Empress, and I do feel like you want to experience what is your birthright. But we can't seek it. It comes to us when we lean into the divine, when we peel back all the things that shouldn't be there getting in the way. Those are distortions. They're not needed. You don't need anything to connect to the divine at all. No theory, no logic, no understanding. You don't even need experience. You just need to be. Everything else is fluff. Everything else is distortion. Everything else is getting in the way of this, whatever this is. Okay, and if it's not this person or this situation she's supposed to experience, then she'll find her way because she'll be pure being, pure bliss, pure happiness. Everything else is dissolved. That's the true way to resolve her wounds. Something about like shadow work, healing. And she might think, I got to do more healing or I got to see more of my wounds. It's like, no, you don't need to see more of your wounds. Those are stories. Stop it. You're whole. You're complete. You're healed. There is no wounds. Did you have experiences? Yes. Did you cry them out? Great. You cry them out, you're done. Ace of Pentacles, manifestation in the 3D world, a new beginning. What does pile 3 need to know about what pile 3 truly wants and is too fearful to admit to themselves or to pile number 3? The Fool in reverse, Aquarius energy. The Moon in reverse, Cancer energy. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, clarified by the Nine of Swords. Why is the Fool here in reverse? Winter time. We have the Knight of Cups. And then finally, why is this Moon here in reverse? I do feel there's one more. The Hermit in reverse, Virgo. Why is the Moon here? Eight Swords, exactly. All of the, I don't know, information she thinks she needs to know. It's actually limiting. Any belief we have, period, limits us. That's what Spirit wants this person to know. You don't need beliefs, you just need to be in the here and now. That's it. That's all you need, whole and complete in the here and now. Don't need anything else, no stories, no nothing. It won't create an anxiety. It only creates anxiety when we think we need a theory or a story or a thing. And that's the ID, you know, the little self here. 10 Pentacles and 2 of Wands. Okay, let me tap into this. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we probably didn't need a whole different round, but maybe said a different way we understand it, okay? What's happening here? This beautiful Empress, which I feel is you, wants a future. We all do. A happy ever after in the manifest. A to Z, like I said. From the seed to the 10 Pentacle. A legacy, a marriage, a commitment, a family, something that could stand the test of time. That's what she wants, and she deserves this thing, okay? There's an opportunity, and she knows it. And she thinks, well, if the decision is here, then it should just be easy to choose it. And Spirit's saying, no, the opportunity is there. There will be a choice, the choice to build this thing. But before we can get there, there's a greater lesson being shown to you. This greater lesson is looking in a mirror of self, because it's the best blessing you could possibly experience, even greater than a 10 Pentacle. Why? Because this lesson of spirituality, of seeing the great essence inside of yourself, will follow you after this lifetime. It's spiritual growth, okay? And so the soul that we have, it could keep getting reincarnated lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and there's growth, okay? And so we're always sort of learning. We're always ascending. We're always becoming greater, bigger, badder versions of ourselves. And when we are still learning, okay, when we're still gathering information, we're still at the 3D level, thinking we're this form, this mind, this body. And it's like, no, we haven't really done the shadow work deep enough for us to understand we're not this form in this body. And we could be at a point where we meditated, contemplated, and we're like, I'm tired of this shadow work. I'm tired of what it is that I need to heal. I've already cried it out. I already know what I want. But it's like, there's still a block here. Because if you resonate with this reading, there is anxiety about attaining and creating. And as long as we have anxiety, fearful thoughts, and we feel like the universe is limiting us, or we're not getting what we want and we can't build what we want, and then we're still under an illusion. That's the issue. The illusion needs to fall away. I don't care how many years you spent meditating on the hill of Timbuktu. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how long you stared at this mirror thinking you were looking at the mirror, cried, or went to therapy, or did Reiki, or whatever you tell yourself. The more you have that, in fact, the more distortion. I'm the one that needs healing. I'm the one that's done healing. I'm the one. No, you're not the one. There is no I. There is no one to heal. There is nothing but the essence behind the form. As long as you believe that you're the I that needs the healing and did the healing, you could still have that I that gets hurt. The I that's disappointed. The I that's not approved of. The I that's wanting and isn't getting. We got to unpin that I. Do not believe you're the I, because you're not the I. You could believe it, but as long as you believe it, you're going to be disappointed and limited. And your experience to create this future requires you to unpin that I. You're not an I. You're the essence in the form. And then Spirit says, but that doesn't mean you're just a spiritual essence floating around in Timbuktu. Once you understand this, then you transcend it beyond, and you can now come to the 3D and create this beautiful future you want. Because now you have the power of manifestation, and you're not going to be swaying whether somebody approves of you or doesn't approve of you, or where you can explore, or somebody's guarded, or no. It's like you're going to be able to explore wherever you want to explore. The world opens up to you. And I feel like we're jumping ahead, trying to give love or trying to experience something here and say, why can't I just do what I want and choose what I want and show it love and build this thing? It's like, you can, but you're going to keep experiencing a 5 cups. You're going to keep experiencing limitation. You're going to keep experiencing that you're the eye that gets disappointed when there's rejection, because there'll always be a rejection. There'll always be something, because the external world is just form happening. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. It goes in cyclical nature, just like the waves. It's coming, it's going. It's annoying, it's not. It's loving, it's not loving. And so she needs to come out of illusion. And the illusion is all of the stories that are limiting her. The more I know, the more I can do, and all of that stuff needs to go away. And then she's free to explore. And then love opens up in her world. And then she can create in the 3D a beautiful family or whatever she wants in the 3D. Because yes, the 3D is real, and she wants this thing, but she's jumping to the 3D and she hasn't even graduated yet. You have to do all the soul work here. Soul work. And we don't know what we're looking at when we're looking in the mirror if we didn't go deep enough. We think we're doing the shadow work by telling ourselves and believing the story. When I was 5, I got abandoned. My family did this and my this and that. No, you're just creating more of these things, more things that need to dissolve. Don't go searching for those things. Yes, of course, if something traumatized you or you had an unruly parent or an upbringing, let it go. Get to the root of it. It didn't exist. It's the past. It's no longer here, okay? Not gaslighting, but that experience is no longer here. What's here right now is her ability to let it all go. Because then she'll be free and she won't be limited. Then love will flood in and she will be able to experience life as this essence being, as this beautiful energy. And she'll want to bless everyone and everything with love, because she is the essence of love. She's not chasing love. She is love. She knows she's love. She doesn't need to be shown, someone showing her love. They don't need to show her so she knows it. And I think this is why she's stressed. She's saying, well, other needs to show it to me. I need to see it out there to me so I know that I am. It's like, no, you don't need to see it out there to know that you are. You need to just know it yourself. Look at yourself. Hold your own mirror. And the more she's not seeing it from other, reflecting it back to her, the more she's believing that story. And then she goes and creates more noise and distortion. It's like, those are untruths. Your value is not riding on whether someone's showing it, not showing it, or how they're behaving at all. At all, at all, at all. Yes, your experience could be disappointing when you're not seeing the mirror out there, but it's only disappointing when you still think you're the eye. When you're still not dissolving what needs to dissolve, and that's that understanding that's underneath it all. That needs to go away so that you could heal yourself from this. Now, you're not broken, so there's nothing to heal, but heal as in this belief needs to be unpinned so you're not suffering. You're suffering right now, you're sad. You're 5 cups and you're 9 swords. And it's just because of the mind distortion. And we might really, really, really be like trying to like pull from the subconscious like thoughts and understandings, and then we run with those concepts and make them true. I had this experience or that experience, and it's like we don't need to hold on to those limiting thoughts. We don't. Or else we give it a life and we give it an entity, and it weighs us down and holds us back and creates the pain and suffering, and it creates the separation. There's the essence, and then there's the form, and then there's other. It's like, no, there's just one essence, and it's animating all of the form. All right. Beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. Cancer and Aquarius and Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and yeah, Virgo here as well. I'll see you at the next one. All right, bye-bye.